Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Uncle Moishy. Purim is here. It's such a wonderful holiday. It's so much fun. We do many things on Purim. We get dressed up on Purim. We read the Megillah. We give out shalach manos. We also give out matanas levyonim. And we have a very big meal. And we have all sorts of fun with our family and friends. But what makes Purim so very special? Well, you see, on Purim, we Jews received a very big lesson. Sometimes, boys and girls, if things seem very difficult for us, and perhaps it seems like there's no way out of a problem or a situation, well, we daven to Hashem. We trust in Hashem. And Hashem could answer our tefillos and help us in an instant. Wow, what a lesson to learn. It's a lesson even for today. I have a book here. It's called the Purim Big Book, The Story of Esther, by Shoshana Lepon and Dassie Prus. I think this book illustrates the story of Purim beautifully. I would like to read the story to you. Would you like to hear it? I can't hear you. Okay, boys and girls, come. Sit around and let's join us with the story of Purim. Oh, by the way, when you hear the word Haman, let's all make a big noise, like we do in shul. Let's try this out. Haman! That's it. Okay, boys and girls, okay, come sit around and let's hear the story of Purim. In the days of Achashverosh, in Shushan long ago, the king made a party and asked everyone to go. Said the wise man Mordechai, "Please, don't go along at the king's party. We Jews don't belong." Some rushed there anyway to try and please the king. They forgot that it's the one above who's in charge of everything. Achashverosh served rich food and wine, and then called to his queen, "Come and do a show for us. Your beauty must be seen." But Queen Vashti refused to come, and she announced out loud, "Why should I, Your Majesty, parade before the crowd?" "What should I do?" asked the angry king, "when the queen does not obey?" "I know," cried an advisor. "You must send her away." Soon the king grew lonely without Vashti, his wife, so he called a beauty contest to choose a queen for life. The king sent men to every city to bring him ladies nice and pretty. Mordechai took care of his cousin Esther. With wisdom and beauty, Hashem had blessed her. She loved Torah and mitzvos that make the world bright. She would light Shabbos candles every Friday night. She did not want to leave her warm Jewish home, the happiest place she'd ever known. So Esther hid out of sight. She stayed in the house day and night. But the king's men found her anyway and brought her to the palace right away. They offered Esther fancy dresses, but she refused the clothes. She saw the other girls and prayed, "Let the king pick one of those." Esther was in for a difficult test. The king spotted her and liked her the best. She kept it a secret that she was a Jew. What nation was she from? Nobody knew. Esther was the queen now. The palace was her place. And at the gate sat Mordechai to help her just in case. One day, he heard the palace guards plot to poison the king. He quickly went to Esther and told her everything. Thanks to Mordecai, Ahasuerus was saved. And in the royal record book, Mordecai was praised. Now, Haman, the second to the crown, ordered the people to bow down. But Mordecai bowed to Hashem alone, no matter who was on the throne. Haman was filled with anger at Mordecai the Jew. How dare he stand and now bow down? I'll show him who is who. Of course, he was not satisfied to hurt just Mordecai. Oh no, I'll punish all the Jews, was Haman's wicked cry. With a lottery, he chose when to fight the Jewish people. In the month of Adar, Haman would do this evil. There's a people, he told the king, who should be destroyed because they're separate from the others and don't listen to your laws. Haman gave silver coins for the treasury of the king, and in return, Ahasuerus gave him the royal ring. The king let Haman send out men to publicize the news. In Adar, in a year from now, we'll get rid of all the Jews. Mordecai told Esther, you must beg the king for life. Perhaps this is the reason that you became his wife. No one could go in to see the king without an invitation. But Esther said, I'll risk my life to try and save my nation. Please go out and tell the Jews to fast for me 3 days. No one eats, no one drinks, and everybody prays. Then I'll go to see the king and try to change his mind. I pray that he will let me live and to the Jews be kind. Esther dressed in royal clothes and stood near the king's door. He raised his golden scepter so she could come in more. What do you wish? Asked the king. Half my kingdom is yours, my dear. Esther said, please come with Haman to a party I'm having here. The king came with Haman and asked once more, Esther, my queen, what do you wish for? She said, please bring Haman tomorrow again. I'll tell you what my wish is then. Haman was so proud to be the queen's important guest, but seeing Mordecai the Jew still gave him no rest. Said Zeresh, his wife, raise up a pole 50 measures high and ask the king if you could hang that stubborn Mordecai. Ahasuerus couldn't sleep that night, so his men read to him by candlelight. They told of a plan to poison the king and of Mordecai, who stopped this terrible thing. Said the king, what reward did he get? No reward, said a servant. At least not yet. Then Haman came in, and the king asked him, tell me, what should be done for the special man I wish to thank? And Haman was sure he was the one. Haman puffed up with pride and said, of course, marching through the city streets with the king's own robe and horse. A servant should walk in front of him and call out loud and clear, "This is what's done for the special man whom the king holds very dear." "Okay," said the king, "go right ahead and do the thing that you have said for the faithful man named Mordecai, who sits at my gate with a watchful eye." Haman obeyed, but boy was he mad. And Zeresh said, "It's just too bad. Once you fall before the Jews, you'll never win. You'll only lose." At Esther's feast with Haman, there Ahasuerus asked Esther fair and square, "What is it that you want, my wife?" She said, "Dear king, please save my life." "Well, who wants to hurt you? Who is so mean?" "It's this evil Haman," cried the queen. And a servant said that he put a pole up high, and the king's friend Mordecai. The king was so angry his face turned red. "Let it be used for Haman instead." Now that he knew his queen was a Jew, Ahasuerus said something new. "On the 13th of Adar, all Jews can fight. Defend yourselves. It's only right. My queen's a Jew, and Mordecai too. Don't let anybody bother you." On that day, there was great news, a miraculous victory for the Jews. Everything got turned around. The ones on top came crashing down. Instead of the Jewish people being sad, they were thankful and very glad. The story of Esther was written in a scroll, and every year the tale is told. Purim became a holiday, which we celebrate to this day. We learn to trust only the one above, who watches over us with love. And even when he hides his face, he's always with us in every place. Boys and girls, this is the story of Purim. A wonderful story. But there's something very interesting, that in this story there's not one word of Hashem mentioned. You see, Hashem's in the story throughout the tale. He is orchestrating everything that's being done. He's hidden from us, but at the end he saved us in a split moment. And just what we say in one of the brachos on Purim, Bayomim Hohem Bazman Hazeh. Just as it was in those days, so it should happen today. Boys and girls, let's be inspired by the story of Purim. Let's learn the Torah. Let's do the mitzvahs of Hashem and trust in Hashem, that He's with us every moment of day and night. And we hope very, very soon that Hashem will take us all back to Yerushalayim. And once again, we'll dance with our family and friends in the streets of Yerushalayim with Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'mheira v'yameinu, Amen.